Facebook, and YouTube. So greetings, Divine Radiance. Welcome to your Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. Here we are. We're on both. Greetings. Welcome to Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. I am so excited to be here with you. I see that there are two people on, well, there's one person. So if you can give me a comment over here on YouTube, then I will know who you are. The first person on will get that personal card for today. So let's see. Now there's more. So give me a comment so I know who gets the personal card for the day. Welcome. I'm so grateful that you all are here. I missed you last week. I was in California with family and had an amazing trip. Still kind of tired. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes, but really glad to be back. So let's see what's going on over on Facebook while I wait. Hi, Latoya. Hi, Tiana. Welcome, welcome. And Tiana, I did not have the time in my schedule to meet up. Literally, I had 3 days with my mom, 3 days with my grandmother, and then in between that time, while I was with one or the other, I was with family. So it was really a short trip, but I would like to meet you one day. And hopefully you can join us at the Activating You Retreat in 2020. So that would be a great opportunity for us to connect. So welcome, you guys. I also shared the link for YouTube in the description for our Facebook Live, because that's where I'll be actually interacting and with the comments. So let's see. Okay, you know what? Let's see. There they are. Yay, the messages are visible. I figured out what was going on last week. Remember last week you guys could see me, but I couldn't see you. Hi, my beautiful aunt. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Brakita. I missed you too. Good morning, Bethany, Sierra, Naya. Thank you so much for being here. So who was the first person on? Let's see. It looks like my Aunt Linda is the first comment I see. So I am going to go ahead and pull a card for you, and I'm being led to pull from the energy deck. So literally this morning, I was meditating and Spirit told me to just chat with you all today and just share a few things that, okay, I'm being told to take the one on top, share a few things that, epiphanies that I've had over the course of the past couple of weeks. And then I was told to pull a card from the energy deck and one from the abundance deck. So that's how we're going to do this week's Empower Hour. So for my Aunt Linda, you got attachment. And let's see what the message is for you. What I literally heard is it's time for you to detach from the things that are no longer serving you and step into your true power and energy. So what I'm hearing is what this means is shedding all the woulda, coulda, shoulda, shedding all the expectations that you feel you must live up to, and allow yourself to be in flow with what feels good to your soul. You've been doing good with setting boundaries. Keep that up. And also allow yourself to be guided into knowing what your boundaries are. And as Spirit is saying that, I'm getting the explanation. Sometimes we're so used to not having boundaries that we really don't even know what our no's are and what our yeses are. And we kind of are so used to being in that pattern of doing for everyone else. So if you ask Spirit to guide you into knowing what your boundaries are, then you will begin knowing, like if someone asks something or if there's an expectation, it won't be a matter of saying yes and then later feeling like, why did I say that? You'll know instantly when's the time to say no and when's the time to say yes. And what I just heard is overall, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. So that was your card. So how have you all been doing before we get started with our breathing? How have you been doing? I know it's been a little while since, well, it's been a week, but it feels like forever because I'm used to chatting with you all every week. Okay, so let's go ahead. We were just at 444. That's how long we had been on, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So if someone can look that up and share the message in the comments, that would be great. That would be great. So, okay, let's go ahead and start with our breathing. And for those of you that are new, what we do every week before we get started is we inhale love and light slow and deep through our nose, and we exhale all that's not serving us out through our mouth. And if you have something specific that you're choosing to release, just visualize that or feel that specific thing being released from your system energetically, okay? And while we're doing that, I'm going to be sending you Reiki and we'll get started, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes and inhale slow and deep through your nose, love and light. And release, exhaling all that's no longer serving you. Inhaling love and light. And release. And as you continue to breathe in that love and light, just allow your crown chakra to open, located at the top of your head, feeling that crown chakra open now, receiving that warm, loving, divine light, allowing it to pour into your crown, down to your third eye, extending out to your ear chakras, down to your throat, down to your heart, down to your solar plexus and your sacral, down to your root, down your legs, your feet, and allow yourself to feel roots burst out at the bottom of your feet, and feel those roots penetrate through Mother Earth, connecting you to the center of the earth, feeling Mother Earth's vibration, feeling her heartbeat, and feeling that energy from Mother Earth pouring into the bottom of your feet, all the way back up and out through your crown, connecting you to divine source of highest light and love. And just allow that energy to flow through your entire cellular being. And as that energy is flowing, allowing it to release, loosen and release all that's no longer serving you. All the energy that's stuck in the crevices of your soul, the crevices of your mind, the crevices of your heart, that's hindering you from living your life in your power fully and completely. Continuing to inhale love and light and exhaling all that's no longer serving you. Call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, grandmothers, grandfathers, guardians, and helpful companions, all of highest light and love. I thank you for this gift of service. I thank you for filling the room so that I may deliver a message rooted in highest light, love, and truth, and serve those that I'm called to serve today. I thank you for their willingness to grow. I thank you for assisting us all in our growth and our evolution. Thank you, and so it is. So just take a few more breaths in, breathing in that love and light, and releasing all that's no longer serving you. Again, inhale love and light, and release. And last one, make this one count. Inhale love and light. And when you release, blow it out aggressively. It's not welcome anymore. Release it all now. Okay. Hi, Victoria. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull our first card from the energy deck. Oh, that's a great one. And one, oh, that one just, see that how it just popped on up? And one from the abundance deck. So the first card we got is Angel of Balance. And don't mind my nails, I have a reverse French today. It's time to get them done. Angel of Balance. And we also got Deservingness. So as we have these cards together, the thing that's coming up from spirit is oftentimes we don't have balance in our lives because we don't feel worthy to receive what we would receive if there was. When we're in balance, there is nothing that we cannot create in our lives. And so if things are out of balance, it's of our own doing. And if we're choosing to be out of balance, why is that? Sometimes it's the fear. So, I used to suffer with the fear of failure. There was an opportunity that I had when I was in high school. And at the time, I had goals to act. And someone came to my school my senior year. I went to Skyline in Oakland, California. And this agency came. And at the time, I'm like, they can't see my talent from this, little short thing I just did. Had no idea that that's what an audition consisted of, a little short thing. And so I literally sabotaged by not following through because of my fear of failure. It was something that meant so much to me that I wasn't equipped to handle the disappointment if it didn't go through. And we do that a lot in life. We self-sabotage because of fear, not feeling worthy. And it's time for us to get over that, to release that, and to be in our power. If we are the creators of our reality, then it's really simple for us to control the outcome. But there's a few things that have to take place first, and one of them being balance. How do we get in balance? We get in balance by starting with meditation every day. We get in balance by being in gratitude. We get in balance by having self-love. And how do we build self-love? We're right now in the midst of the 21-day I Am challenge, getting in that mirror and speaking life into yourself every day. Those are simple ways that you can do it on your own. And if you're someone that has deep-rooted things that have to be released in order for you to move forward, then you find someone that can help you with processes, healing, so that you can release it. For some of you, that person is me. For some of you, that person's someone else. Doesn't matter who it is. What matters is that you heal. And I'm also hearing when you create balance, you also become clear. One of the most beautiful experiences that I had on my trip was my mother actually pulled cards for me. And she actually was able to give me messages from spirit. And then we got confirmation from spirit because she's new to this, but she's gone through the work. We've been doing sessions. She's done her healing. She does her daily meditation. She speaks life into herself. So now she's receiving clear messages from spirit that not only allow her to guide her own life, but it now allows her to help others that are seeking guidance as well. And it's nice to just sit back and, Mom, can you pull cards for me? And not be the one always pulling and delivering messages. It just felt really good. So good morning, Bethany. Good morning, Worth a Read. Who are you? What's your name? Because I just see Worth a Read. Yes, I was class of 95. Class of 95. What year were you? Hi, Tiana. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Not that far behind. Yes, I only went the senior year. I went to Patton Academy 9th through 11th. And then I went to Skyline my senior year. So yeah, you were there. You definitely were there. So one of the things that came up, I don't know if you all are familiar with Javi. Javi is actually a reader, a psychic medium that reads on my team. And oftentimes we do readings for one another. And Javi did a reading for me and Spirit was saying to be more real. And I'm thinking, I'm as real as they come. Like, what do you mean be more real? Spirit, clarity, please, And so literally, I did the video where we were talking about taking off the mask. And what I realized is I have been wearing a mask my entire life, right? From the moment I was old enough to know about this blood disease that I have, this hemoglobin CC, I spent my life telling myself I'm normal. And I didn't share with people that I even had this blood disease. I didn't start talking about it until recently, right? But by not, I'm wearing a mask. Now, it doesn't mean that I have to be, oh, woe is me, this and that. No, not that at all. But through every experience that we have, we're meant to help others through an experience that they're having. And anything that we go through, whether it's something that brings our vibration down, whether it's something that brings our vibration up, whether it's a lesson or a blessing, it's meant to serve others. It serves self first and then it serves others, right? So I have been wearing that mask. There's nothing wrong with me. Oh, I'm normal, And also, building my business. I love what I do. It's my passion, it's my purpose. But there are some hills and valleys of building a business. And Javi was saying that Spirit was telling him, it just seems like you have it all together, and that is not the case at all. There are some periods where things are taken off and it's great. And I have all the answers, and Spirit comes through with confirmation. And then there's moments where things are just like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Spirit, guide me. Where I spend a lot of time in meditation and prayer, and I'm literally constantly pouring into myself so that I don't fall in that low vibrational state. It's not always a hill. Sometimes there's a valley. And what I was able to realize through this reading is that it's important for you all to see the valley in the midst of it. Now, I always share the valleys with you, but what I tend to do is figure it out first and then share the message. And Spirit is saying to share more while I'm in the midst of it. So that's what I'm committed to do, is to share more while I'm in the midst of it. Good morning, Danielle. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, my aunt said, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to spend time with you. It is okay. It is okay. I saw you, and I just believe that everything happens the way it's meant to. So I appreciate that I got to see you. Okay, thank you. So I was asking Spirit, what would you like me to share? So literally, I'm going to share some pictures. I was on the plane, and when I left Washington State, it was overcast, it was gloomy, and you're on the plane and you go into the clouds, you can't see nothing around you. And then when you get above those clouds, it is just so sunny. The sky is so blue. It doesn't matter what the weather's like down below. There's blue skies, there's sunshine, and the clouds now look like a foundation. And so as I was on the plane, what Spirit was telling me to share with you all when I got back was, no matter what's going on in our lives, if we just keep elevating, we will get through those clouds, we will get through that darkness, we will get through that low vibrating experience. And what's waiting for us is clear skies and sunshine. And then that experience that we had now becomes a foundation that we can build upon to become the best version of ourselves, the greatest version of ourselves. So if you're someone that right now is feeling that overcast, that rain, and you're struggling to see the sunshine in your experience, just know it's there. It's not like something that has to be created. It's just that you have to get through what you're going through to get to the sunshine, but it's already there. It's just like we talk about abundance is your birthright. Happiness and peace is your birthright. Joy, blessings, it's your birthright. It's not something that you have to acquire. It's just something that you have to attract. And the way you attract it is by matching its vibration. Your vibration must match the vibration of what you're choosing to be, what you're choosing to have, what you're choosing to live. I just heard it's important for you to live in the energy of prosperity. And oftentimes we hear prosperity, we instantly think money, we instantly think finances. But we all know that money is an energy like everything else. So prosperity is an energy. Prosperity is a state of mind. Your thoughts, what are you breathing life into every day? Are you breathing life into prosperity, or are you breathing life into lack? How are you viewing your current reality, and how are you viewing your future reality? The way you're viewing things is literally single-handedly what determines the outcome. Okay, and I'm hearing the question, what's stopping you from reaching your dreams? So here's the thing. When I was in high school, and that was my love and my passion, you know, what stopped me from reaching that was fear. Now that I'm here, I realize that that was not my purpose. Now, I love acting so much. I used to say I do it for free. As I continue to grow in my purpose and do what I'm called to do, I'll take some classes and just do some stuff for fun because I really enjoy it, right? But this is my purpose. So here's the thing that we can choose to understand. Finding that clarity in, am I holding me back because of fear or feeling unworthy or because of lack? Or is spirit keeping me from something because there's something greater? Now, even if it's you in that moment that's holding yourself back, this is why we're called to be gentle on ourselves. Because if I had beat myself up for not pursuing this, guess what? I'd be vibrating low and I never pursue or accomplish anything. But now I can understand that even in those moments where I was holding me back, there was a purpose there. There was a purpose there. So I learned how fear can hinder me. But then I also realized it was also a blessing because here I am now doing what my soul agreed to do. So remember, we're either in the lesson phase or the blessing phase. There's no woulda, coulda, shoulda, So let's see what you all are saying. Tiana said, align with it. Yes, yes, yes. We must align with it. That's the only way we're going to achieve it, receive it, and be it, is if we align with it. Okay, so what I'm being told to tell you is ask yourself, what's holding you back? If you are not where you choose to be or actively, consistently pursuing what you're choosing to create, what is holding you back? That's the first step. Get in touch with it. You know how they said, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. That was on the commercials when I was growing up as a kid. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. So when you identify what it is specifically, then you know where to start. Then you know what to heal. And even if you don't know specifically, guess what? You can call on your highest light spirit team and ask that you're guided and assisted in releasing all the things that hold you back, that don't serve your highest good, that are consciously known and unconsciously unknown. And I'm being told to tell you, if you're here watching this, whether it's live or whether it's on the replay, there's something more you're meant to do. And there's something that's stopping you from doing it. And now is the time for you to get in touch with what that is, release it, and free yourself so that you can fully be in your power and serve on the level you're called to serve. And Danielle, for whatever reason, I heard your name. Now, you're not the only one, but Spirit is telling me to tell you there's more. There is more. Continue to evolve and grow. Continue to build upon those ideas where you combine your photography with serving the soul, serving the spirit. And for those of you that don't know, Danielle is the amazing photographer that did the photos for the retreat and the graphics that you see me posting. The photos in those graphics are from our session together at the retreat. So she's really amazing. Align Eye to Eye is her company. Really, really amazing. Based in Sedona. Tiana said, focus on how we feel. Yes, that has come up a few times. focusing on how you feel and really beginning to allow yourself to feel energy, to feel vibration. You know, Spirit delivered the message before. If we don't know what our energy feels like when we're in a high vibrating state, then we won't know what the energy feels like when it's at a low vibrating state. And not just your energy, but the energy around you. Sometimes just be still and feel. Be still and feel, because your feelings is what's connected to your soul. And when you can get out of your head and get into your feelings, you'll be guided every time into what serves you. You'll get warning signs. You'll know which direction to go. But if you don't slow down and you're caught up in the hustle and bustle, or you're caught up in your mind, that monkey mind is going, then you don't even feel when you're being guided. And also when you're being guided, you don't trust the guidance because you're so in a disarray that you don't know if it's you, Spirit, or something else. So what I'm being told to tell you, it's really time for you to focus on being still. Be still. You know, I had been in this period, and you know, it really started after the 2018 Activating You retreat. I had been in this period where I felt like hibernating, right? For lack of better terms, I just felt like hibernating. And of course, I can't fully hibernate, you know, I serve. So I'm serving, but I was also taking time, and still have been, to allow myself that rest period. And so when I went to California, I came back and I really felt this different energy after the full moon and all of that. And, you know, the rituals that I did with that, I feel this energy that feels more peaceful, more calm. And I feel more aligned, and I feel more empowered to know what to do next. And when I got home, I was telling Javi, I said, you know, I still feel like I'm being called to rest. Still not done with that rest period yet, right? And so it's me being in touch with my own energy, the energy around me, and me feeling. And so Spirit speaks in many ways, and one of them is our feeling. Tiana said our feelings are our guides. Sometimes it hurts to listen to them. And Danielle said, I'm working on a course for yoga instructors, healers, and entrepreneurs. Thanks for the encouragement. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And I'm so glad that you're doing that. Okay. I'm hearing it's time for you to set yourself free. It's time for you to set yourself free. What chains have you placed on yourself that no longer serve you? What are you holding on to that mimics a ball and chain, that makes you slow and sluggish, that keeps you from reaching your full potential? What is that? What is that? Is it childhood trauma? Is it past relationship trauma? Is it self-inflicted trauma? What is it? Is it low self-esteem? Is it lack of confidence? What is it? It's time for you to begin seeing yourself as the divine being that you are. This message has come through almost weekly. It is time for you to see yourself as the divine being that you are. And as I'm saying that, Spirit is reminding me. See, I was meditating this morning before my shower, and Spirit was talking to me about what to do today for Empower Hour. And one of the things that Spirit told me to share with you all is how when you heal yourself, you've all probably heard, I know I've said it, but you've probably heard it other places as well. When you heal self, you heal 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. And of course, I had an idea what that meant, but I didn't really fully get it until I experienced it. So through my healing, I was able to heal the relationship with my mother. I was able to heal the relationship with my father. I was able to heal the relationship with my grandmother. I was able to heal the relationship with family. You know what I mean? It's so amazing when you heal yourself. And I'm going to use my grandmother as an example. My paternal grandmother, my father's mother, is my only living grandparent. And when I was younger, like really young, I went over there all the time, spent time with them, her and my grandfather, and it was amazing. And of course, you know, my parents divorced when I was 3. And when my mom remarried, my brother's father was, you know, a little low vibrating, let's just say that. And one of the things he did was isolate, right? So I was no longer able to really spend that time with my grandparents. And through, you know, continuous emotional abuse was included, that emotional abuse, it made me just take everything to heart. It made me internalize everything. Now, my mom often said, you act just like your dad, you know, because I'm a jokester, I'm a teaser. I like to have fun, and I've been told I'm funny. And so as a child, I did it. Even as an adult, I do it. And my grandmother on my dad's side does it too. Now, she would say things and I would take it to heart. And so if a person is saying things and you're taking it to heart, it doesn't really feel good. So you tend to pull away from things that don't feel good, right? So now that I've healed, one of the biggest epiphanies was, that's where my dad and I get it from. She's a big jokester. She is joking and playing around almost all the time. And you either laugh and you play back or you take it personal. So through my healing, I was able to recognize that. Now, when I was there with my grandmother, we had the best time. She actually kicked my butt in war. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, because I told her I'm going to tell the world that I beat her. That was my story. I'm sticking to it. But she kicked my butt in war. But we just had a great time. And I couldn't experience her the way I did if I hadn't healed. Same thing with my dad. I used to feel so uncomfortable talking to my dad or communicating with my dad. And now my dad and I, we talk all the time. You know, I send him food, pictures that I've cooked, and he sends me pictures. Just the other day, he sent me a plate of what he had cooked, and it was, there was meat on it and everything looked good. And I was like, you know, I'm imagining that the meat is vegan meat. He said, well, I hate to bust your bubble, but it's chicken. And I was like, I'm still imagining it's vegan chicken, you know. And even with my mom, by me healing, I was able to have a deeper bond with her, you know, and it's just such a beautiful thing. So just know that as you heal, as you continue to heal, as you start to heal, it's not just you. It's not just you that benefits. It's everyone around you, every relationship that you have, because you're able to see things as they are. You're able to show up with compassion. You're able to have a level of understanding. You know, I was talking to my mom and my bonus dad, and one of the things that I was saying is sometimes when you have elevated to a higher level and you're vibrating a little bit higher than someone that's around you, it's your responsibility to show up with that compassion and to allow spirit to give you that understanding. Because oftentimes when you're encountering someone that's not there yet, they aren't even aware of where they're coming from. They may be sending out this energy and they don't even know why. So if we were to match their energy and be like, oh, no, you didn't, then what does that solve? What does that do? But if we can show up from that place of love, light, and compassion and allow spirit to help us to understand where they're coming from, then we create space for them to see themselves as they are, because we're that mirror, that love and light. And now they're seeing them in love and light. Hey, Mom. She said, my feelings are telling me to rest. Yes. And that's the thing too. This morning when I was meditating and I was asking spirit, you know, well, what are we going to be doing? You know, what's next? And one of the things that spirit brought to my attention is now, you know, we're into the new year. We're almost into February. we're also coming off of that high of that blood moon, that lunar eclipse, that full moon in Leo. And there's a lot of transition that has taken place, lots of transition. So some of you may be feeling that energy of, okay, now what? And if you are, I encourage you to schedule a reading. Right now, I believe it's code Happy Hour or Empower. I don't know. I tell you what, because right now I'm offering the face-to-face Zoom readings for 50% off. So if you aren't on the email list, if you don't get the newsletter, send me an inbox with your email and then I'll get you added and I'll send that code to you. So if you're someone that's like, okay, now what? What's next? Let's connect for that reading. Let's connect for it and get you some clarity and get some guidance on what's next for you. Okay, so I'm being told to pull a card. Okay. And I'm being told to ask you, what are you all working on right now? What are you working on? What's something that you're currently working on? And it can be anything. It can be your healing. It can be that one flew right out. It can be a project. It can be a course. Like, what is it? Look what we got. Door to spirit. Door to spirit. I just heard it's time for you to open up and receive. It's time for you to allow the energy that serves you to serve you. Stop closing the door and open it. And I'm being told to tell you it's also time to release shame. It's time to release shame. Shame for things that others inflicted on you. Shame for things that you inflicted on others. Because listen, the bottom line is this. We've all had something inflicted upon us. We've all inflicted something upon others. Now, whether it was intentional or not, it doesn't matter. But it's time for us to release the shame. It's time for us to understand, again, every experience, whether it's something that we received or it's something that we gave, has a purpose. Mimi said, my kids good. Thank you for bringing that up. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. So Victoria said, game changer intensive. Good. Let me just go back to the kids thing. Okay. So, my son, my youngest son, he had been just really working my nerves, for lack of better terms. And I had been doing the positive talk. Oh, we get along so good. Oh, our relationship's great. Right. But it just wasn't, it still was not manifesting in that way. And so one of the things that my son said was, why do I have to be the only one to change? Why do I have to change? And, as a mother, you're like, what do you mean? Because you're being disrespectful. I'm responding to you. And, and then Spirit said to me, first of all, let me back up. So my son had done something. I don't even know what it was. And one of the things was he left groceries out and the stuff had thawed out. And so there was a bag of corn about this big. And this is all transparency. So I had said something to him and he was really disrespectful. And I threw the bag of corn at him, right? Now it's thawed, small bag, didn't hurt. It was just a way for me to release some frustration. So not the best thing to do. And so anyways, my son, what Spirit said was, you can't expect for him to control himself and be in control if you lose it, right? And so what I did was I apologized to him for that. And then Spirit was talking to me even more. And Spirit was just saying, you can't expect for him to change if you haven't changed. He's right. If you haven't looked at self. And so one of the things that I realized was, as parents, sometimes even like a husband, a husband that works hard and they provide and they take care of the family, but they're not spending time with the wife and she just doesn't feel loved. And he's like, but what do you mean? I'm providing, I'm working hard, I'm taking care of you, I love you, but she doesn't feel it. And Spirit was telling me, you tend to do that. You work so much and you're focused on providing for him, taking care of him, that you're not really spending that quality time with him. And that's how a person feels love, is through quality time. So it's easy to not do that with a teenager because he'd rather be in his room doing his own thing, right? And so I just started to really look at self. And then I went to him and I apologized. And I was like, you are so right. I am choosing to change. It's not just you. And one of the messages that came up again when my mom and my bonus dad and I were talking is we must choose to look at self. When there's something outside of us that's not going the way we'd like it to go and it involves another person, it really doesn't matter what they're doing, how they're behaving. We got to turn it inward. We got to look at self. We just do. And by doing that, let me tell you, my son and we have been getting along so beautifully. It's like night and day. That apology backed with the action of me actually doing different, being different, has made such a huge difference. So whether it's children, whether it's spouse, whether it's coworkers, friends, whoever, if you are in an experience that doesn't feel good, but this is someone you're not being called to release, take a look at self. I guarantee when you do, and when you can stand up and say, you know what, I apologize, and then be different, the relationship will shift. So I was led to share that with you all, and I totally forgot. So thank you, Mimi. Let's see what you all are saying. Naya said, I'm working on releasing healing, trying to work with abilities better. Well, release trying, because you know the unconscious mind here is don't do it when we use that word. You're choosing to do it. And Dinelle said, working on beginning classes, Reiki, meditation, chakra, intention setting, empath, empowerment, vision boards, creation box. So amazing, so amazing. And Miriam said, welcome, Miriam, creating a youth program for youth to learn how to become community organizers and connect with the earth. These are all so, so amazing, so amazing. And what Spirit just said is something that the world is calling for. What each of you are doing is something that the world is calling for. We talk about that tree. And, you know, one of the other beautiful experiences I had was we were leaving Whole Foods, and there's this mural on Whole Foods in Berkeley. And there's a tree. It's this beautiful tree, and there's a heart on the trunk, and it says Scott. And now my mom and bonus dad have never noticed it. And this is the Whole Foods they go to. And I was like, look, it says Scott. Well, that's significant because some of you may know my company's name is Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting. And it's named after my maternal grandmother's maiden name and my maternal grandfather's last name, his and my grandmother. And the reason behind it is because they've always been that constant source of just positive reinforcement of love and light. And so what they gave to me all my life is what I'm choosing to give to you. And that's unconditional love, you know? And so that was the meaning of the name. And the significance of the tree with the heart was we talk about how we have roots, right? And for some of you, it starts where, for some of you, I'm your mentor. So this is where your roots are. And then that trunk begins to grow. And then those leaves, those branches and those leaves, and then your seeds are planted. And then you're building your tree, your students, your tribe, your community, your family, you're their roots. And then again, the tree grows and it just keeps repeating itself. So that tree, that heart, with Scott in the center and that tree, it was just so significant for me on so many levels. You know, my grandparents are always showing up and reminding me and guiding me, and Spirit does the same. So I'm being told to tell you to look out for synchronicities, look out for them, pay attention to them, and not just in the way that we're familiar with by way of numbers, but also by way of things like that. My aunt said, working on completing repairs to my home. Yeah, so good, so good. My mom said I go there all the time and never noticed it. Okay, I'm being told to talk to you all about throat chakra. I'm feeling a bit of a tightness in my throat. It's really time for you to begin speaking your truth. And I'm going to give you an example. While I was in California, I had the opportunity to go to my cousin's video shoot. Her name is Rochelle Nicole. Beautiful music. Beautiful music. She has her own energy, her own vibe. But if I had to say a person that she reminds me of, I feel kind of an Aaliyah vibe. Now, she's not Aaliyah. She's Rochelle Nicole. But that's the vibe I get, the feel sometimes, you know. But anyways, when I was there, Spirit gave me some messages to deliver to her. And I was so concerned about her receiving it and realizing that it came from love. And when I was called to deliver it, I would have rather us do it face to face, because when you're face to face, you can feel the energy. When you're not sensitive to energy, you feel it more as opposed to a phone call, right? But we ended up doing it over the phone, and she totally felt the love, totally took the notes, and I was grateful. And so oftentimes Spirit will give us messages to give, and sometimes we'll be in our own head. And being in your own head, that's a part of being human. But what Spirit would like me to remind you of is, no matter where your head goes when you get the message, just make the commitment to deliver it anyway. One of the things that I've committed to is I will follow Spirit and allow my commitment to following Spirit to be greater than my human hangups. So it doesn't matter how uncomfortable I feel, I will do whatever Spirit tells me to do. And I encourage you to make that your rule of thumb as you're journeying into this calling, as you're journeying into life even deeper, as you're elevating and ascending. Make that your rule of thumb. No matter how uncomfortable it feels, I will allow Spirit's guidance to overpower any feeling I may have, and I will follow it. Truly, you will be grateful. You will be blessed. You will be rewarded. It truly will be. Let's see. Becky J. Becky Jo. Who is Becky Jo? Oh, Blanche. Welcome, Blanche. I was just about to say, who is this? Thank you so much for being here. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And what are you working on right now? That was the question that came up for everyone. What are you working on? Let's see what the T says today. Strive not to be a success, but to be of value. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I can't make this up, you guys. I don't look at the T in the morning when I make it. And today it was kind of flipped towards me. And I was like, nope, not going to look. I like to look at it with you guys. But that is so relevant to what we're talking about, because as we are answering our calling, as we are working on these things we're being called to work on, whether it's personal healing or whether it's continued healing and serving. Some of us are still on the personal healing part, and that's fine, where that's just what we're focused on. Some of us are in the serving part. And let me tell you, the personal healing never stops. You go through and you heal, but then there's always that maintenance. So be aware, it never stops, never stops. But as we're moving forward, the message is to strive not to be of success, but to be of value. Be of value. So one of the things that we can ask ourselves daily is, how can I better serve today? How can I better serve? And you're included in that service. You're included, and you'll be surprised the answers you get from Spirit when you ask that question. Let's see. And Blanche said, intuition and my soul, reading Spirit through animals and the beautiful nature around me. So amazing. I was actually blessed to be able to give my mom's cat Reiki while I was there. She had her leg amputated because she had cancer. And she just, first of all, she was under the bed pretty much. Like when I first got there, just under the bed, didn't really come out. My mom would bring her food. They would take her out to use the bathroom. And so when she did come out, she was sitting in the chair in my mom's room, and she just looked so, like she was just in so much pain. So I started giving her Reiki, and let me tell you, she started flipping and turning. I'm like, Tamar, if you don't stop moving, I'm going to stop giving you this Reiki, because I'm worried she's, feeling herself, but she's going to cause more damage, And so literally she just felt really good. And my mom, she said she's doing so good. Can you give her some more before you leave in the morning? I was like, Mom, you can bring her in here now and I'll do it. And so I did. And Tamar did not. She was like, when my mom picked her up, she literally bit my mom and meowed, like, but more like, like, leave me alone, you know? And then when my bonus dad got her, she did the same. I was like, she could have slept in there. I didn't mind. But the point I'm making is animals are souls too. You know, they have spirits just like us. And oftentimes we don't always view them as the same as a human. But for those of us that are called to serve animals in this energy work or this healing work that we do, and I know, Victoria, you're someone that works with animals, it is just as powerful as serving humans, sometimes even more so, because animals teach us unconditional love. It doesn't matter how a person treats an animal is always going to forgive. An animal is always going to come back with a loving hug, rub, kiss, or nudge. So serving animals is so, so important. Yes, yes. Tamar. Did I say her name, Naya? Tamar, that's her name. My mom says she loves her big sister. Now I'm just waiting for Ganesh to calm down like Tamar. I literally had 2 minutes to get on and I had to go put him in the room because he was just messing with stuff. And I already could tell Ganesh was not going to let us have a peaceful session this morning. Not only is he 2, but he's also a boy. And I don't know if, you know, how many of you have sons. I've never had a daughter, but I have a niece, a biological daughter. And I've had bonus daughters. I still do. And there's definitely a difference between the energy of a boy and the energy of a girl. So Ganesh is in that boy energy and he's 2. You know what they say about 2. My boys, my human babies didn't go through the terrible 2s, but I've been feeling like maybe my fur baby is going through that. So, let's see. Blanche said, animals bring me messages, quite crazy, but I'm in love. So good. And Naya said, I was surprised when I connected with a little dog. I had no clue I could connect with animals. Victoria said, I absolutely believe animals are angels. Yes, they really are. Ganesh was behind me. I was in a session one day and he was like right here. There's crystals over here, bunch of crystals. It's like my source, my energy source. And Ganesh absolutely loves crystals. But he kept getting up there and he likes to bite the wood on that little artificial orchid. And so I was like, Ganesh, no, get down. And then my client said, he's protecting you. And I was like, oh, okay. Because he very much so is a protector. I've seen him when I've been meditating, like I've literally seen him in my mind's eyes standing guard, and I know that animals, cats especially, and, we've been told that black cats are bad luck, but in reality, black cats hold the highest energy of protection. So it made me just say, okay, I'm just going to let him stand up there and bite stuff if that's what he's choosing to do while he protects me. Okay. So I'm being told to pull one more card, and this one is from the Abundance deck. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. And this means something different for everyone. It could mean do the work with your healing. Do the work with your project you're creating. Do the work with developing relationships with others. Whatever it is to you, do the work. Spirit is telling you it's time. It's time. And what the card says is it's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that are being divinely guided, that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So I'm being told to read this one again without stopping. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So have you all noticed a theme? We have been getting messages that, and I feel a calm energy today. Like I feel like I'm kind of here with the energy because that's the energy I'm feeling. But before today, we have been getting, what are you waiting for? The time is now. Do it, right? Like that's the energy that was coming through. But it's still the same message, but now it's just kind of calm. Do the work. It's time. It's time. Whatever you're being called to do, whatever you've been placed here to do the work. Whatever the work is for you to get to that place of enlightenment, do it. For you to elevate to the next level in your enlightenment, do it. Okay, so I was told you're being called. The time is now, so do it. And I laughed because right when I was saying, at first we were getting the time is now, do it. Is there anything else? What? Okay. Okay. I'm going to trust the spirit's going to tell me where to go with this, but I was just told to remind you of the flea and tick. I literally heard remind them of the flea and tick. What is the message there? Oh, okay. That was pretty simple. So the message is, even though it seems annoying, I heard to the dog or to the animal, it serves a purpose. That's the message. Even the things that annoy us the most serves a purpose. Even the things that bother us the most serves a purpose. The things that hurt us the most serves a purpose. Tap into those things, and that's where you will find your purpose. Okay. And then also, I'm being told to tell you not only will a reading provide you with the what's next, but if you're someone that's looking for a message from spirit or information from spirit on what your purpose is, or you like information on your past life so you can bring it together and relate it to this life or make sense of things that have been going on, then schedule a reading. And again, the readings right now, and I don't know how long it's going to be 50% off. It's not the recorded readings because those are already really, really low. It's the face-to-face, Zoom, face-to-face, Zoom. And those are the ones that are 50 minutes where you can ask unlimited information and we'll just, whatever you ask will get answered. Anything else? Okay. So I'm being told to read what this card said because we didn't read this. We just kind of spoke on the message that came through. But what it says for deservingness, you are a beloved child of God, like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. You know what's so beautiful? Sometimes my guides will literally thank me for the work that I'm doing. And that feels as good as when my grandmother told me that her and my grandfather were proud of me because that was always what I strive for, was to make them proud. And before my grandmother passed away, she said, we're very proud of you, right? Now, okay, I'm being told to talk to you about that as well. So, okay. The message that I'm being told to talk to you about is seeking that validation outside of self, to release that, When I was in school and I came to school and I told one of my mentors, Sandra, I said, my husband at the time and my children, they don't appreciate me. And she's like, and why do they have to appreciate you? The point was, why does someone outside of you have to appreciate you for you to feel appreciated? The only person that has to appreciate you is you, right? Now, if someone outside of you appreciates you, that's just like the cherry on top, of the icing on the cake. But seeking validation outside of self, it's not necessary. When you do that, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. And failure is not failure in the sense of, oh no, it's just like, oh no, I'm back in a lesson. Got to get out of there, right? Because even when you receive validation from spirit, that's the same as receiving validation from self because you are one with source. When you allow yourself to be guided in this work that you do, you won't have to receive validation from others because if you're being guided, then you know that you're doing what you're called to do. And this ties into that seek not to be a success, but to be of value. Because when you're serving from the soul, there's going to be times when you're serving and you're giving, and you're not always going to be rewarded through monetary rewards. Sometimes those rewards are going to be in other ways. And as I'm saying that, let me tell you what happened when I was in California. Number one, went to my mom's favorite store, got a pair of pants that was normally $128. They were on sale for $38 with 40% off. Woohoo! Yay. Okay. Then I went to get them hemmed. My mom always talks about this cleaner. It's an organic natural cleaner she goes to. And she took me there to get them hemmed. And, I had her keep the material so I could wrap my hair with it. And when we went to pick it up, she goes, no, this is on me. This is for you. Your mom is so amazing. And, and before this, we had talked, and apparently she lived in Tacoma, went to Mount Tahoma, I think it's Mount Tahoma High. And, we connected there. But here's where that whole, when you heal self, you heal 7 generations before and after you. By me healing me, I was able to open the door. I was able to have sessions with my mom. I was able to help guide her into her healing. Now she's making these choices daily to heal, but now my mom shows up and her light shines. So as her light is shining, that's the message with that whole thing. Sometimes spirit has me feeling like, I don't know. It's weird. One more. Okay. I was just told to take that one. Victoria said, haha, I literally repeated that out loud. Do the work. Mimi said that message I truly understand. Mimi also said, I have a feral cat that has come to me and been around for over a year. My mom said, I'm working on gratitude. Blanche said, when I have questions and I send them to spirit, hawks usually answer them. Even had a bald eagle swoop to my car the other day. Birds are messengers, so I've been studying, did you say augury and omnithaumacy? Am I saying all the letters there? My mom said, it took me a long time to realize that I'm deserving. Now I know my value and my worth. Loving me is helping me to love others unconditionally. Yes. Hmm. Okay. So I was just told to tell you all it's also time for you to release the fear that comes with answering your calling. I'm not even going to elaborate on that because that for some, it's different for everyone. Release the fear that comes with answering your calling. And as I say, I'm not going to elaborate. Spirit said, but say this, part of that is loneliness. When you vibrate at a higher level, oftentimes those that were vibrating with you before you elevated are no longer vibrating on your level. And oftentimes it results in people that you love or people that you thought were going to be your forever, whether it's a friend, a relationship, a job, whatever, it's no longer the case. And the thing is, we have to allow ourselves, well, we don't have to do anything, but we can choose to allow ourselves to be in flow. Everything, everyone serves a purpose. We've heard that for a season, a reason, a lifetime. And we can't hold on too tight because anything that we're holding on too tight to, we're blocking ourselves from receiving the next thing that serves our highest good. So just know that when you elevate, those that are meant to stay, they will. They'll see you and they'll elevate right along with you. They'll elevate right along with you. Maybe not at the same pace, but at their pace. And those that don't, those are the people that spirit is removing from your life. Those are the people that have served their purpose and you've served your purpose in their life. And you just got to be willing to let it go. Be willing to be in flow. Anything that is lost will be replaced. Anything that is lost will be replaced. So in essence, there's really no such thing as loss. So what we got is moonlighting, and this is our final card for the day. And again, we're at 11 people that are still on. So that gateway is open. Send some positive affirmations to the Most High and allow yourself to manifest in this energy. But it says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Fully support you. Okay, so I'm being told to tell you, because this whole message today has been about your purpose, your passion, your calling. For those of you that would like to know how you can incorporate spirit into your calling, your practice, where you're fully being guided, check out the Grow Your Soul's Purpose into Your Soul Income course. Check that out. There's actually a group for it. So I'm active with you in the group and delivering message to you and there for your questions to support you. But for those of you that it resonates with, check out the Grow Your Soul's Purpose into Your Soul Income course. And you can find it in the description section. And look, speaking of the course, I was thinking of you, Jillian, and I believe Jillian just got on. But Jillian's someone that is in the course right now. Look at how spirit works. Because I had no intention to share the course with you today. Spirit told me to share the readings with you. And here we are. Spirit's like, share the course. And here's Jillian. So, hey, Jillian, welcome. Let's see. Blanche said, I'm so appreciative to be listening. First time. Can't believe I read you and didn't know you did this. LOL. Wow. Get it, girl. No, it's so amazing. I didn't know you didn't know either. I thought you were in the United Light Beings Awakening group also. So yes, it was a beautiful, beautiful, accurate reading. So thank you. Okay, so if you're in a job, Spirit is telling you, continue with that, but take time out to build this. Build this, your purpose, your passion. Do it. Do it. Okay, and I'm being told to tell you really quick that Jillian is an amazing energy worker. When we were at the 2018 Activating You retreat, she actually gave me Reiki. And in between, I actually took a nap before we met up again. And I tell you, I had some of the best sleep. And, you can feel the energy. Each person that delivers Reiki, it has a different feel from person to person. And the power and the energy that she gave was just so incredible. And now she actually sends me Reiki periodically when she's led to by spirit distance. And I just really appreciate that. It really does help. And she's actually going to become a shaman, or shall I say, remember her roots as a shaman, because anything that we're doing in this lifetime, we've already done it. And it's really just about remembering. Nothing is new to us. Me doing this work, it's not like when I went to school, it's not like I had to learn it. I just had to remember. So I'm really excited to see what she does with all of that. So I am going to not talk your ear off because we are 8 minutes outside of our hour, and Spirit said be mindful of the time, but I truly appreciate you all for joining. I appreciate you for sharing your energy with me, and I am so grateful to be able to serve you. So I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I will talk to you next Wednesday. Have a beautiful rest of your day.